back to my channel. Today's video is actually a 5-minute DIY school supply video, so it was really fun to do, and honestly I love DIYs, I love crafts so much, and I love quick and easy ones that are also fun to do. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you aren't subscribed, make sure to do so. I actually have a giveaway going on right now to win school supplies, so if you haven't watched my school supplies haul, you should definitely check that out. And if you want to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel. If you want a second entry to win the giveaway, you can follow me on Instagram, which I will have linked down below. And I think that's it. Without further ado, let's hop into the video. Everybody, can you feel the... So to make this folder notebook, you will obviously need one notebook, and that can be any kind you like, as well as a glue gun, and then 2 pieces of thick paper. I picked mine up from Michael's, and I went with one pattern and then one not pattern. So I'm using the pineapple pattern for the base, so I'm just cutting it down to size of the notebook. So after the paper is cut down to size, then you can move on to Mod Podge. So I'm just spreading it around evenly all over the top of the notebook. And then once the Mod Podge is all spread out evenly, then you can take the piece of paper and then press that down onto the cover, and you're just going to want to go over it and make sure that there's no bubbles or anything like that. And then instead of cutting it to be precise, I'm actually taking some Mod Podge and spreading that over the excess paper because I wanted to have more of a clean look. So once you have the Mod Podge on, then you're just going to fold the paper over onto the back side of the cover. This will also make it more secure and less likely to come off. And I just continue to do this around all of the other sides until I have them all folded down. And then once you have that all done, then you're going to want to move on to sizing your other piece of paper for the folder. So as you just saw, I just put my piece of paper up to the notebook and then kind of roughed where a little bit over halfway was, and then once I did that, then I just kind of went diagonally and made a cut so that the folder will actually have a diagonal line. And then after that is done, you're just going to want to take your glue and then run that down the side of the notebook on the piece of paper. And then you're just going to line up your other piece of paper on that line where you put the glue and be pretty precise with this, and then just press down. After you are done that, then you're going to put a line of glue on the other side and then on the bottom, and then press down on both sides. And then for this piece, I am just using scissors to cut off the excess, and then once you have that all cut off, then you are completed and you have your own little folder notebook. So the first thing you will need for this one is paint, and you can use whatever colors you'd like. And you will also need some reinforcement labels, some pencils, and a permanent marker, as well as a paintbrush. So I'm just starting by getting my pencils ready as well as my paint. So I'm using this little paint tray thingy, my bobber, and I'm just putting all my colors in it. So I have a turquoisey blue, purple, pink, and then an orangey coral color, and I'm just starting by painting the pencil all pink. So depending on the thickness of your paint, you probably will need a couple of coats. I think I used 3 coats and it was perfectly fine at that point. And then once you are done with all your coats, then you will go to use your reinforcements. So I just stuck these on in random places all over the pencil. And then once I had the amount that I liked, I went in with my paintbrush and started painting on the insides of the reinforcement labels. I did a bunch of different colors, so it was like polka dots, and then took them all off, and then you are done with that one. So I just continue to use the same process with what I just explained, except I'm just using different colors. And then once I was done painting all the pencils the way I wanted, then I just started to write different positive sayings on them. So I did girl boss, and then I did be kind, and then this one was my favorite, and it says smiles are contagious. And then once you are done writing out all of the sayings on the pencils, you are done, and honestly, I think these are so cute. For this one, you will need some material, a zipper, and then a glue gun. So I'm just starting by cutting the ends of the zipper. It'll make it so that it's easier to work with, and the pencil case will look neater. And then you're just going to line your zipper up onto your material and make a line on either side. And then once you're done doing that, you're just going to fold it over and line the two lines up together. And then you can go ahead and cut it. I tried to go as straight as possible, but that didn't happen. But it's okay because you will see that you end up gluing the ends down anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. So I'm just folding it down to make a crease so that I can glue it down, and I'm just doing this so that the same pattern will act as a lining as well. And then I'm just repeating this on the other side as well. And then you're going to move on to the zipper, so you're just going to put some glue on one side of it, and that is going to be facing up. And then you're going to take one side of the material and put it down onto the zipper and press down. So I feel like this is going to be hard to explain, but if you watch it, I'm sure you'll get it. But basically, you're just going to take the material underneath and then take that and flip that and glue it down to the zipper where the glue is. I don't know if that makes sense, but hopefully you get it and you can see what I mean here. And then once you are done, then you're just going to flip it inside out and then glue down the sides. So I just started here by gluing down the corner of the zipper because you want to make sure that that's tucked in and looks neat. And then I just continue my way around the material until it's all glued together. And then I'm doing the exact same thing for the other side, so I'm starting with the corner again first to make sure that that's going to look neat, and then I continue my way around the entire material. And then we can move on to the final step, which is actually gluing both sides together so that nothing will be able to get out of the pencil case. And then I just did the exact same thing to the other side, and then once you are done doing that, you are done with the pencil case. And honestly, this is probably my favorite thing that I made. It's not only super easy to make, it's also just super, super cute. So for this one, you will need some paint as well as a toothbrush, and then a journal and a paintbrush. So I just started this by cutting up some tape so that I could tape off the black part of the journal so that I didn't have to worry about getting paint on it at all. And then once I was done taping it off, I went straight away in with the paint, and I did have to do a couple coats of this, but it all depends on what type of paint you have. And after you are painting the entire thing and have as many coats as you want, I do recommend letting it dry before you start to move on to use the toothbrush. So once you are done and it is dry, then you can get your toothbrush and you're going to want to put it in some water. And then you can get your paint color and you're just going to take your thumb and basically move it back and forth on the brush part of the toothbrush, and it creates this kind of like splatter look, and I think it looks so cool. And that's literally all you do. This is such an easy DIY. It's so fun to do too. It kind of makes a bit of a mess, but you know, it's worth it when you have a cute journal. And anyway, you can basically use as many colors as you want. I think the more you use, the better it looks. But yeah, once you are done with all the colors you want, let it dry. And then once it's dry, you can take the tape off and then you are done. So for this one, I am using this like large pencil case sort of thing, and then a supply holder that I got from the dollar store, as well as a glue gun and then some wrapping paper. And I wanted to have a white background, so I'm just using the side that doesn't have a pattern on it. That will work just fine. And then I'm just lining it up and then gluing it down along the sides. And I'm just continuing this all around the holder, and then once you get back to the end, then you're going to cut that piece off and then glue the last two ends together. And then you will just want to cut the excess off the bottom of the holder, and then I'm just gluing down the little bit that's left over right on the bottom of the holder. And I just did this all the way around the bottom, and then once I was done, then I moved on to using the other material. So then I just started to cut this giant pencil case into a rectangle, so I made sure to cut off both seams on either side, and then as well as cutting off the top zipper. And then I'm just cutting this giant rectangle that I'm left with in half. And then once I'm done that, I'm just lining up that material over the holder, just like I did with the wrapping paper. I recommend trying to stay pretty precise with this. So for me, I have lines on my pattern, so I just tried to line them up as good as possible. And then once I did that, I went in with my scissors, and as you see here, I'm just cutting in between the pink and purple lines to keep me as precise as possible. And then once I am done cutting it to size, then I'm going in with my glue and I'm just making a line down the holder. And then I'm just taking my material and aligning that on top of the line of glue. And then I'm just making another line of glue for the other side. And then being very careful, I'm lining up all of the lines and then pressing down on the glue. And then I just trim the sides and then you're done. Come get lost with me. Come get lost with me. So for this one, you will need some paint as well as a paintbrush and then some tape. I started off by cutting a piece of tape and then aligning that onto the folder. And then I am just painting the section that I have taped off blue. And then again, depending on the type of paint you have, you probably will have to do a couple coats of this to make sure that it is as opaque as possible. So then I just taped off all of the other sections that I wanted and then started to paint each section. So I'm using a bunch of different colors and I'm just kind of going with the design that I thought would look cool, but you guys can do whatever type of design you guys want. I did about 3 coats of each color, letting each layer dry between every coat, and then once everything is dry, then you can go and take your tape off. And then once you are done taking all of the tape off, you are all done and you're left with this super cool folder. And you obviously don't have to do the design that I did. You can totally get creative with it and just do whatever you feel. So for this one, you will need a pencil case. I just got mine from the dollar store, and then some stickers or jewels or something, as well as some glue. And you're literally just gonna take the stickers that you want and kind of place them where you want them on the case. And then all you have to do is glue them in place. This is honestly such an easy DIY, and you can use whatever you'd like. You don't have to use little cupcakes like I did. You could use like little jewels if you wanted, and it's so easy and so simple, and it really adds just a little bit of extra cuteness to your pencil case. And then you are all done and you can enjoy the cuteness of your pencil case. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did making it for you guys. If you aren't subscribed, make sure to do so because I also have a super awesome school supply giveaway going on right now, and all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel. So make sure to do that. If you haven't saw my school supplies haul video, which I show everything that I'm giving away, make sure to check that out, and also turn on your post notifications because then you will know every single time I post. And yeah, I will see you guys next week with a brand new video. Bye!